So this is my first video, I guess. Um, I'm a little late to the YouTube commentary game, probably 15 years late, but I just recently turned 28 years old, and I was kind of thinking, when you get around that age, it, you start to kind of question life, and you start to kind of question the things you've done, and you really wonder how you ended up where you are today, the type of people you've met, the type of things like you've experienced in your life. And I feel like as you get older, you tend to kind of care less about what people think. I don't know. But anyway, I guess even though I'm kind of late to the YouTube commentary game, I kind of just want to do it not for money, not really for views, kind of just because it's something I always wanted to do when I was younger. And I never really had the chance to really do it and take off. And now that I'm an adult on my own and I'm living my own life, doing my own thing, I kind of just want to live up to that I don't know, that need or that want to kind of make a YouTube commentary channel. I guess it sounds kind of silly, um, but like there was always something I found really fascinating about like just talking over gameplay. And my chosen gameplay for today is Marvel Rivals. Funny thing, I I used to actually really hate hero shooters. I think my first hero shooter was Overwatch, and before that, at least for shooters anyway, all I would play is Call of Duty. And I think my first Call of Duty it was probably Modern Warfare 2. Um, and since then I was kind of hooked all the way up to like Black Ops 6. So I've played a lot of Call of Duty, and it's funny because when I played Overwatch for the first time, I was trying to play it like Call of Duty, and I think that's kind of part of why I hated Overwatch, was just because I don't know, I would pick a DPS. I think I'd play like Reaper or whatever he's called, and I would try to get kills, and people just wouldn't die, and I didn't at the time I just didn't understand the concept of a hero shooter at the time. I think I was like, I had to be like 18 or 19. I don't remember. Um, Definitely younger, but I think after that I kind of just dropped hero shooters and just went back to Call of Duty. Call of Duty was always that game that like it's kind of like McDonald's, right? Like you know what you're gonna get every year, and Call of Duty was definitely that comfort that I had playing as a game because you always know what you're gonna get with Call of Duty, right? Um, Obviously, a lot of people trash it. A lot of people don't like Call of Duty, understandably. I definitely, as I've gotten older, I kind of got tired of the same thing every year. But I still buy the games. I still go and try them out and play them and see what's changed. And obviously, like nowadays, Call of Duty definitely isn't for me. The crowd that Call of Duty once catered to has moved on to other better games and stuff. Um, as the years have gone on, I've kind of stepped away from the FPS genre mainly. Marvel Rivals is actually one of the like three games I still play, just because I feel like my tastes have shifted significantly over the years, and gaming isn't something I do as frequently as I did at least during like the COD era and stuff like that, which is fine. You get older, you get more responsibilities, your preferences change, the things you like to do change. So, as you see, with at least with Marvel Rivals, I do love Marvel Rivals. I actually despise playing DPS. I really like playing supports. I like playing healers. I like playing tanks if I have to, just to like fill the role. Um, I don't like engaging directly in combat, like I guess DPS have to do. I don't know. I just like healing and chilling. I feel like it's less thinking for me. It just feels like an easier role to handle. Because if I go on a DPS and I'm just constantly dying and I can't get kills, I just feel bad. I just feel like I'm throwing. So I'm just like, yeah, I'll just play a healer, try and get some picks here and there, keep my team alive as best as I can. If I'm playing tank, it's actually super overwhelming for me just because I feel like I have to pay attention to a lot more things, especially if I'm solo tanking, man. My god, I have to look, or I have to pay attention to so much stuff about like what's going on around me. I have to make sure my healers aren't getting dived. You know, I have to make sure healers can keep up with me. I have to make sure I'm not overextending too much, stuff like that. Um, so Marvel Rivals, definitely my new comfort food, my new McDonald's game. You know, it's entertaining. I don't know. I can never get tired of it, and I think that's nice because I haven't really had a game in a long time that can really catch my attention for that long. Usually, I'll play a new game for 5 minutes and just be like, "Oh, this is exhausting. I don't want to play this," and then kind of just close it, uninstall it, call it a day. But Marvel Rivals is definitely the anomaly in that aspect, and it feels good to have something to kind of just play and kind of somewhat shut my brain off with. It's nice. I like it. But yeah, so this is pretty much my first YouTube video on this channel, and I don't really have a structure to it. I'm not really good with like structuring things out like that or making scripts or anything. I kind of just freeball it. I feel like at least with a lot of YouTubers these days, a lot of stuff, the production quality is really high, or you know, there's a script to it and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I think that's cool. I think the people that can do that, um, and get a lot of views, I think that's really cool. I think that's neat. It's not something for me. It's cool. And, you know, I always wanted to do commentary when I was younger. And, you know, looking back now, if I was that kid again that wanted to do commentary, I always wondered exactly what I would talk about. And I feel like at the time when Call of Duty was really big with like the big YouTubers and stuff back then, um, they would definitely talk about a variety of things. Granted, a lot of those YouTubers at the time were also older. They had more life experience. Not to say 14, 15-year-old me didn't have some life experience, but I don't feel like I have the knowledge that I had then that I now have. And honestly, I'm kind of glad that I'm starting it now, because I feel like there's a lot I would want to talk about that I'd be comfortable talking about anyway. And I mean, even if nobody watches or, you know, nobody watches my videos, I think that's fine. I think this whole thing is mainly just for me. I really just want to talk into a microphone, watch my gameplay, and kind of just vibe with it, you know? Um, and going back to me turning 28 recently, you know, I sat down and I was really thinking about where my life's going, you know? And I feel like over the last couple of years, I won't say I haven't been happy because I think that's false. I think I have good days, I have bad days like everyone, right? Like I'm just a person. Um, but one thing I struggled with, what I'm sure a lot of people around my age, or at least in my generation, struggle with these days, is depression or anxiety. Not so much anxiety for me, but definitely depression. And I feel like the world is so interconnected nowadays with the internet and technology and everything like that, but at the same time, it feels like this is the most alone people have really felt in this day and age. And it's kind of a crazy concept to think about, right? Because everyone's so interconnected, right? But that's not the case. And you know, you have all these algorithms like on TikTok or Instagram Reels or on Twitter, and they feed you all this stuff, and some stuff will make you feel great, some stuff will make you feel bad. It's it's really interesting to see. Um, I don't use social media that much. I maybe use TikTok just to watch like some funny videos, but other than that, my social media presence, at least consuming wise, isn't really that much. Um, and it's not because like, oh, I hate social media or something like that. I just don't I don't really engage with it much. It's just it's not my thing. And to the people that do engage in it, which is like a majority of people, right? Good for them. Honestly, um, when I was a kid, I mean, I grew up during like when smartphones and stuff were coming out, but I still spent a lot of time outside. You know, I spent time with other kids in the neighborhood, you know. Like there was that interconnection. And I don't know how it is for kids nowadays. Maybe it still is the same. I don't know. But I feel like I feel like these days a lot of people are just so absorbed in what's going on in the media and all this stuff that it's kind of skewing perceptions of like things going on in the world. And I don't know, people feel much more tense. There's a higher rate of depression, a higher rate of anxiety. I haven't done any official studies, but I mean, I guess I'm kind of just believing it just because it just seems so much more common, or maybe it's just more common now that we have a medium to express those feelings. I don't know. It's something interesting to think about. But anyways, yeah. So I spent my 28th birthday really thinking about what I wanted to do, who I wanted to be. You know, um, at my age, you know, at least I would say maybe like when I was 27, I was 26. I kind of had the thoughts. It was kind of creeping up on me, thinking about like what I wanted my future to be and stuff like that. And now that I hit 28, I look back and I think about all the things I did and didn't do, and it really puts things into perspective for me just how fast life kind of just happens, you know. And if you're not paying attention to it, life moves pretty quick, man. Life moves really, really fast. And I think as I've gotten older, I realize that, and I kind of understand that if I don't do something now, when's the next best time to do it, right? And so here we are. Me playing Marvel Rivals and talking into a microphone. That's pretty much the gist of it. As far as my channel goes, I don't really know what I want it to be. I mean, it's definitely going to be commentary. I'm not going to do anything too crazy, nothing with super high production value or anything like that. And for me, at least if you're someone that's watching this video and it has like 2 views or whatever, just know that this channel is mainly a journaling channel for me. And in a way, sort of a time capsule. You know, if YouTube is still around in 20 or 30 years, I would like to look back and I'd like to look back and think about the things I thought about at my current age and see how much I've changed then, you know? So, that's really the gist of it. That's only my first video. I'll probably think about some things to talk about, but I kind of just wanted to give this thing a shot and also make sure my quality's good. If it's not, and I have to like re-record this, I'm gonna be a little disappointed, but I mean, it is what it is, man. Not much you can do about it. So, yeah, that's really it. And also, I feel the need to say this. I'll probably say this in the beginning of like every video that at least involves Marvel Rivals. I am not good at this game whatsoever. Like, I just like playing healer. I like trying my best. I play casual. I don't really play ranked that much. I'm like a gold 1. If that tells you anything, I just play the game. I just vibe with it, you know. So, that's my thing. But, to future me, um, let me know how much I've changed. And if you're someone that somehow stumbled upon this video, uh, I hope you have an amazing day. Live your best life, and there will be more to come.